No one announced it, no schedule leaked, no official statement prepared the audience for what was about to unfold that evening in Milan. Yet within minutes, a single moment turned an ordinary luxury fashion show into one of the most replayed, dissected, and quietly debated scenes of the year. Two identical white Rolls-Royce Phantoms glided into view, one after the other, so close in timing that people initially thought their eyes were playing tricks on them. But they were not. This was real, unedited, and happening in plain sight. Cameras were already rolling, but even seasoned photographers hesitated, sensing that something unusual was forming before them. When the first door opened and Liu Yuning stepped out, the reaction was immediate. Flashes burst, voices rose, and phones tilted upward in unison. It looked like a standard high-profile arrival, polished and controlled. But the air did not settle. It tightened. Because before anyone could fully process that entrance, the second phantom arrived. Same color, same presence, same quiet authority. And when Zhao Lusi emerged moments later, something shifted. Not louder, not chaotic, just different. The kind of stillness that signals a moment people will talk about long after it ends. What followed was not a scandal, not a revelation, but something far more powerful. A question with no answer, suspended perfectly in time. The venue itself had been prepared for elegance. Velvet barriers, controlled lighting, a crowd trained to expect spectacle. But no one had predicted this particular alignment. Two major Chinese stars, two identical luxury vehicles, one entrance, one brand, and timing so precise it felt deliberate. Observers later noted that the cars arrived from the same direction, released in sequence as if following an invisible cue. Security teams did not rush. They waited, already positioned, already aware. This was not improvisation. It was execution. Inside the fashion industry, such details are never random. Transport is part of the narrative. Arrival order is negotiated. Routes are chosen with intention. Especially when the event belongs to a house like BVLGARI, where every visual element carries meaning far beyond the red carpet. A Rolls-Royce Phantom is not simply a vehicle. It is a statement of restraint, confidence, and authority. Seeing one is notable. Seeing two identical within minutes is impossible to ignore. As Zhao Lusi moved forward, cameras caught a brief pause ahead. Liu Yuning slowed, not enough to draw attention, but enough to be noticed on replay. There was no wave, no glance shared for the public, just awareness, the kind that suggests coordination or familiarity, or at the very least, mutual understanding of the moment they were standing inside. In real-life drama, it is often what is not said that resonates the loudest. Online, the reaction did not explode with accusations or declarations. It unfolded more quietly, yet more persistently. Clips were replayed frame by frame. Screenshots circled group chats. Timelines were reconstructed. People asked why the cars matched, why the timing aligned so precisely, why there was no follow-up clarification. In an age where explanations arrive instantly, silence felt intentional, and intention fuels curiosity. Both figures have earned their positions through very different paths, yet arrived at the same point of influence. One built a reputation through a commanding presence and a voice that carries weight even in stillness. The other became a symbol of relatability, paired with sharp instinct and adaptability. Together, without ever standing side by side, they occupied the same narrative space that night. Not as a confirmed pair, not as a rumor made official, but as two individuals whose proximity alone was enough to dominate attention. Luxury brands today do not simply dress celebrities, they align stories. They read markets, anticipate reactions, and understand that sometimes the most effective campaign is the one that never explains itself. Whether this moment was the result of meticulous branding strategy, parallel scheduling, or something more personal remains unanswered. But the impact was undeniable. A single arrival sequence outshone the collection itself in online discussions. That is power. What made this moment resonate was not shock in the traditional sense. There was no confrontation, no emotional outburst, no dramatic reveal. Instead, there was precision, calm, control. The drama lived in the details, the matching white paint under soft Milan light, the mirrored choreography of doors opening, the shared understanding that every camera was watching. It felt less like entertainment and more like witnessing a carefully balanced equation where removing even one element would collapse the effect. In the days that followed, nothing was clarified. No joint photos surfaced, no interviews addressed the timing. The footage remained as it was, unembellished, letting viewers project meaning onto it. And that projection became the engine of its virality. Because people do not just consume stories like this, they participate in them. They debate, they interpret, they return to watch again, convinced they missed something the first time. Perhaps that is why this moment endured. It respected the audience's intelligence. It did not tell them what to think. It trusted that they would feel the weight of the silence, the symmetry, and the restraint. In a world oversaturated with explanations, this was a rare case of presence speaking for itself. As the lights dimmed and the show moved on inside, the most lasting image remained outside, frozen in a few seconds of perfectly aligned movement. 2 arrivals, 1 entrance, and a silence that continues to echo far beyond that Milan street. If you've stayed with us through this story, thank you for being part of a community that values observation over assumption and depth over noise. At Update X 24 Hours, we don't just follow headlines. We look between them, where the real stories often hide. If you enjoy this kind of real-time storytelling, where moments are allowed to breathe and speak for themselves, consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing thoughtful updates, calm analysis, and stories that stay with you long after the video ends. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to exploring the next unfolding moment together right here on Update X 24 Hours.